Hey guys, Leno here from PlayToEarn.net. Today's video is the first part of our weekly news series, where we talk about news that happened in the blockchain gaming scene this past week, divided into game updates, teasers or announcements, and other news. For this video, we'll be talking about game updates first. So without further ado, let's get to the list. To start off our list, Cryowar opens registration for open beta. The Cryowar developers have announced the open beta version of their top-down PvP brawler. After revealing the switch to Unreal Engine 5 from Unreal Engine 4 and giving a sneak peek of gameplay over at this year's Gamescom, the developers are now ready to open up registration for the open beta. Registration opened up last November 28, and everyone interested in getting access has until December 9 to sign up. Players will then be able to try out the skill-based NFT title from December 12 on Android and iOS devices. The team has emphasized that it's important to input your email address used for Google Play or iOS in order for them to be able to give you access to the game on your device. The minimum system requirements for Android devices ask for at least an Android version 9.0 and Snapdragon 835 or better, while for iOS, the minimum is iOS version 15.0 and A11 chip. The registration form can be found as a Gleam campaign link over at the official Medium post, which asks interested users, next to giving the right email address, to also join the game's official Discord server, like and retweet the pinned tweet posted by Cryowar's official Twitter account, as well as answer a couple of questions. Next, MetaFigter's Alpha version is now live. Following from the pre-Alpha 2.0 release, the developers of MetaFigter have now officially launched the Alpha version of the skill-based NFT fighting title. According to the latest Medium post from the team, this launch comes with a variety of improvements and new features for players to enjoy, including better matchmaking, upgraded combat system, the ability to play with NFTs, and more. While the game is free to play, those who own fighter NFTs can now play using their bot characters. They can also view their NFTs over at the My NFT section in the game, showcasing the fighters in animated fashion. Some glitches that were previously present in the combat system have been ironed out, providing a more polished gameplay experience. Each fighter now also has their own attack, defense, and speed stats, while a few of them have been updated with new combos to pull off during battle. The character named Nash now not only has a 3D model, but also has some special effects. Matchmaking has also been enhanced, with players now having the option to choose which region they like to play in by choosing from a drop-down menu that appears by clicking on the region selection button in the top right corner of the main menu. In the future, the developers plan to add in tournaments, new fighters, and more. Further info can be found in the Medium post linked in the tweet down below. Next, Engines of Fury revamp is now live. The revamp for Engines of Fury, described as the first Web3 post-apocalyptic 3D combat and exploration game, is now live. The development update marks the introduction of champion control and mobility mechanics, alongside the release of dungeons and new challenging enemies to slay. With the new mobility mechanics, players will have greater control over the movement of their champion, thus opening up new strategies for players to use to their own advantage. There's also new abilities which represents buffs and debuffs related to movement, while everything else released, such as environmental hazards and more enemies, are meant to complement these core mobility features. Next to the new PvE dungeons which add greater complexity to the game's environments, the team also added biomes and various dungeon configurations. The latter was included in order to make dungeons feel diverse while exploring your way through the same biomes. Last but not least, the developers have added various different enemies to fight through. These include more alien bosses and their minions. Defeating these bosses grants XP but can also offer various rewards, including weapons, armor, or maybe even Fury, the core deflationary token that powers the blockchain title's in-game economy. A PvE closed beta launch for Engines of Fury is scheduled to happen in the first half of 2023, the same half in which a closed beta for PvP will also be available. If you're liking this news list so far, remember to check out our website and news section to be updated on everything about blockchain gaming. You can also subscribe to our channel to make sure you stay updated on all our videos. Now let's get back to the list. Next, Web3 MMORPG Treeverse pre-alpha playtest is now open for applications. Back in September, Endless Clouds revealed that its blockchain MMORPG Treeverse would launch in pre-alpha sometime in Q4. After months of preparation, the pre-alpha testing is finally open for applications, allowing a few players to try out its fantasy gameplay. An early version of Treeverse will be released as an APK file to a few hundred users chosen manually. Notably, playtesters must also sign an NDA or non-disclosure agreement, as the pre-alpha content will be confidential at large. Those who want to sign up for the playtest can fill out the application form. Individuals with game testing experience and active community members will be prioritized according to Endless Clouds. Although it is under NDA, the team will also share some content from pre-alpha and allow few testers to do the same. Winners of the application will receive follow-up emails on how to progress forward and what they can expect from pre-alpha. Interested participants must act fast, as the application will only open for 2 weeks starting November 30th. Treeverse is a top-down, open-world classic mobile MMORPG featuring plenty of social elements and cooperative gameplay. The ambitious project aims to compete with the likes of World of Warcraft and RuneScape. At launch, it will be free to play, allowing gamers to build and battle while exploring the vast continent of Arboros. Next, the first Champions Arena community playtest is now live on Gallic Games. Champions Arena, a turn-based blockchain RPG, is hosting its first community playtest on Gallic Games. Available on PC and mobile devices, the playtest is now open to anyone with a Gala account. Developed by One Universe, Champions Arena is a turn-based RPG where players can collect over 100 NFT champions and items. The free playtest will serve as an opportunity for players to try out its gameplay features. In this playtest, gamers will begin with 2 starter champions to take on a series of PvE battles called campaigns. As they play, they will receive gold, XP, and occasionally gear, skill cards, spell cards, and new champions to level up and expand their league. Clearing the 10th campaign will unlock PvP Arena, while clearing the 17th will unlock Mayhem, where players can mine for gold. Each champion will have its own stats and abilities with different affinities available. Given that, deck building is also an essential part of the game, as players have to strategize against enemies of different affinities. There won't be any PlayToEarn elements in this playtest, but the team will provide additional gems and resources for smooth testing. According to One Universe, players' progress will not be shared between the mobile and desktop builds for now. However, the team will constantly gather feedback from the community and the playtest, making necessary improvements to the game as they go. And lastly, Blast Royale introduces Mainnet Blast Hub and updates. Blast Royale officially announces the soft launch of Mainnet Blast Hub and recent game updates. After months of community testing, Blast Royale is finally moving from testnet to mainnet. To begin, Blast Royale is introducing coins as a new currency in the game. Players must wait some time for future releases to discover what else they can accomplish with this new currency. Blast Royale introduced a new way to interact and play with NFTs. When the game's NFTs are linked to Polygon's mainnet, players will be able to trade freely on the Blast Hub. This means you can now only play with things you own. The game will now have an upgraded UI along with a new game mode selection screen, new equipment overview, match ended, and Discord button among other updates. For system updates, Blast Royale haptic or device vibration now occurs when you hit opponents rather than when you take damage. When you kill an opponent, the vibration changes. If you don't like this feature, you can turn it off in the game settings. Now, bots have 3 levels of difficulty and their trophies have been adjusted accordingly, around 1000, 1100, and 1200. More importantly, Deathmatch is no longer a regularly rotating casual game mode. To devote all of their attention and resources to the Battle Royale game modes and other pertinent systems, the team chose to remove it for the time being. The Blast Royale team also worked hard on tweaking various in-game features including offline usage of the main menu, automatically reconnecting with the servers, performance improvements, state of accuracy, and much more. Finally, the team has rebalanced the Blast Pass points. Generally, the beginning of the pass will be quicker, but then it will take more matches to complete the steps. Check out the Medium article to know more about the updates. And that's a wrap for today's news video. I'll be back tomorrow for another news video about our next topic group, sneak peeks, teasers, and announcements. And for more info and everything about blockchain games, check out our website at PlayToEarn.net, where we have the largest database of games that have all the info you need. That's it for today, see you next video.